Hey everyone. I've got Maddie and Nadine here, or Nadine and Maddie actually. To be honest with you, I always speak to Nadine, so Maddie just jumps on the call today. But Nadine and Matt, they've been clients of mine for, what would you say, 6 months, maybe 9 months, something like that. I'm not exactly sure, to be honest with you. I've lost track of it. But we're going to go a bit into today about your situation, maybe before you came to come see us. All right. And we don't need to get necessarily into the numbers and stuff like that. But just first and foremost, what I just want to know from you two is what was kind of maybe your frustration in your life where you thought you needed financial advice? Like, what was like, oh, I might need to see a financial advisor? What was your kind of thoughts around that? Let's start there.
Okay, so we were 29 with two young kids. I thought we were doing pretty well financially. We'd smashed down most of our mortgage. We were debt-free other than that. And we just weren't sure where to go next. And I think the biggest thing for me was I was trying to find out information and trying to share that with Matt, but we were just on completely different pages. So we needed the information and the guidance to come from someone else, like a third party, and to be from a trusted person or trusted place, not so someone like a financial advisor that we knew we could take that information on board and trust what they were saying.
And Nadine, obviously I remember us starting the conversation and you know, we were talking about you had some previous experiences as well with other people. So, you know, before you came to see us, there was obviously some other people that you went to go see, and was there, like, what did you find was the difference, and like, why was it that you wanted to explore it, you know, explore it with us a little bit deeper?
Yeah, well, I dragged Matt along to quite a few Zoom meetings and quite a few things. So by the time we got to you, he had almost given up. And I was like, let's just have one more try at this. But I just found you would meet with someone and I guess like your values wouldn't really align. And I could see that, like, it wasn't genuine. Some people are like, yep, okay, you're in a great situation. And then they almost think of what benefit it may have for them, as bad as that sounds. Like, I know they're willing to help us, but they're looking at it as in, okay, great, we can do this, that, and the other. Where you approached it very differently and you were like, what are your goals? What do you want? How can I help you? Rather than how can I use these clients to help me?
And I do remember, and thanks for saying that, and it does really warm my heart to like be in that position, and that's obviously what we intend to do. But I do remember, Maddie, you kind of sitting there as well too, and at the start of the meeting you were a little bit apprehensive, I must admit, like even your body language and stuff like that. And what changed it for you, mate? Like, what was like, what did you when was there a moment when you were like, this guy and this team's a little bit different?
Just how, I don't know, just how you simplified. I think you understood what sort of I was about and nothing, you know, too technical, you know, and I think you sort of, you knew, you worked that out and just communicated to me so I could understand it. Because I found that with people we met before, they just kept talking and just, you know, like it'd go in one ear and out the other, but you took the time and you made sure that like I understood. You said it to me so I'd understand. You drop down from Nadine's level and you give it to me like in my simplicity.
Yeah, I think he was speaking his language and you got to know him a little bit to make those genuine connections and give examples that were meaningful to him as well.
And I think let's talk about it honestly. When there's sometimes a financial controller in the relationship, or whoever the financial controller is, there's sometimes times where, you know, people may lean to that person and then leave the other person out. Yeah. So I was really glad that you had that experience where we were able to obviously share. And that's what we try to do because, you know, in the reality is that, you know, you guys are going down the path together and I don't like talking like this, but, you know, we don't know what's going to happen. And Maddie, from my perspective, it's making sure that you're well informed so that you can make decisions and you know exactly what's going on. So, you know, obviously, then you made the decision to move forward, and now where you are now today. And if you look back about where you were then and where you are now, how do you feel about your financial future in comparison to then?
I'm excited.
Well, Matt's on board for the first time ever. We've been together for how long? Like 14 years, and he's never been on board. So within, I think, a few minutes, to be honest, you had him on board, which was amazing. And I think now we're both understanding and moving forward together. Like we are on the same page and we are heading towards the same goals.
Yeah, and what do you think about knowing if you're just kind of thinking about where you were then, and obviously Nadine, you've always been goal focused, but obviously Maddie, maybe not as much or not aligned as much. But when you think about, and not getting into detail, you think about where we think we're going to be in 5, 10 years, and 20 years. Like in comparison to before to now, do you think that it's much more clearer for you? Do you think are you more confident? Like what kind of?
Yeah, we got the confidence now to make it happen. Before it was just a dream, and we don't know whether we can do it. But now we've got a plan. We can see things starting to happen on that plan, and it's just a matter of just confidence. Fills you with confidence, and you're going to get there. 100%.
Yeah, and I think the visuals that you've shared with us have been really mind blowing as well. But it's good to see it as in a different context as well, and see things not only now but what they'll be like further into the future.
Yeah, and I think like the biggest thing that we try to do as well too is that most people overestimate what they can achieve in 12 months, but underestimate what they can achieve in 12 years. And it's really taking them from that moment and pushing them to that bigger picture where you're like, if you get this right, this is what it could possibly look like. And obviously you guys have been involved now in kind of, the progress now, okay? And it starts really now to get granular. Next 90 days, next 12 months, whatnot. But really, it's still, once again, trying to get that big picture. It's just, life's not a straight line. It's a squiggly one. So for the person that's maybe a little bit apprehensive, there's a lot of like, oh, are these guys for real? Like all of this stuff. What would you say to that person that's maybe a little bit apprehensive on maybe working with a financial advisory firm like ours?
What do you think? I think that it's really great to go to the next level. Like you think you can do things on your own and maybe you'll get there in the end, but you waste so much time trying to get the right information. And then there might be several mistakes along the way where you're getting the right information from the right people. You have the team of support around you. And I hear a lot of people be really concerned about the cost of financial advice. But the way that we think about it is we're getting so much more value than what we're paying in price.
Yeah. And I think that's a big hurdle for most people, that they're more focused on the cost than the actual value. And what we try to do, obviously, through our process is articulate that value, but it's obviously normal. I think it's any transaction, if you don't understand the value that sits under that. And if we talk about that, obviously our relationship hasn't been for decades, but like I think you said before, and you're pretty comfortable with this, I'm pretty sure you're looking at it going, we got a ton of value for what we've already paid.
100%.
Definitely.
Definitely.
What would you say to any guys out there that are sitting there?
I'd say do it. I'd say make the connection. Like, give it a shot. Give it a shot. Don't rule it out before you haven't sat down. Just have a meeting and don't rule it out before you don't have your meeting. Just for sure.
Because this sounds really crazy, but we've only been clients for a matter of months, and just like our mindset, our increased awareness, our education, like everything financially and otherwise.
Just talking about it too.
It's just incredible.
It's amazing. It's amazing how like minor tweaks can make so much of a big impact. And we talk about all the time about simple strategies, and this is the effectiveness of them. And just to imagine the compounding effect over months and months and years and years and years of this relationship. There's so much more to come. I think the only other one as well too that for me is. It is a two-way street that I've really found working with you guys. And what I mean by that, it's as much as we give the accountability and the education and whatnot, is you guys also rocking up as well. And I think that's what's made this relationship where it is today. It's like, if we ask you to do something, you do it, and obviously vice versa, okay? And it's that kind of relationship that makes success. And, as we're talking today in 2022, Rafael Nadal won his 21st Grand Slam, but, his coach is helping him to become accountable, to keep him at his A game. But he's still rocking up to the courts and doing the training and doing whatever he needs to do. And that's what you guys are doing as well, too. So it's a testament to you guys. And keeping that up, we'll smash it to the next level. Did you guys have anything that you wanted to add? Obviously, maybe just general feedback to us, or in regards to, once again, for the people that may be watching this.
I think as a parent, you don't realize the importance of financial advice, like particularly with the housing market the way it is now. We've had many conversations being like, how are we going to help our girls when they one day want to buy a house? We don't want that to be just a dream for them and something that will never happen. But you've really helped us to understand how we can secure not only our own financial freedom, but to create wealth that will be passed down through generations as well. Not only through the actual money side of things, but through the education and the role modeling and everything that we're doing in our family to help our children with their financial future. And I think as a parent, it's hard because money can be tight sometimes. So you have to prioritize something over something else. And there's a lot of expenses going out. But I think this is something that definitely needs to be prioritized anyway, but more so as a parent.
Yeah, definitely. Education is the key. As much as money management and coaching is so important, that education is an investment, like you said, not just for you, but for generations to come. And I obviously know this. For people that watch my socials, you can see what I do with my own kids, and it's just practicing what I preach to myself. So it's a great thing that you mentioned there. And you know what? As much as you say you're excited about your financial future, I am as well. Okay. To be honest with you, me and the team are absolutely ecstatic when we see things coming to fruition, and internally we try to celebrate those things as well too, because we share those experiences with you. So in this short amount of time, irrelevant to what we intended to be for many years to come, it's been great to see you guys achieve and smash your goals, some of your goals already. And we look forward to continuing to work with you guys for many years to come and seeing these come to all to fruition. So thank you guys, and thank you very much for jumping on today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.